Imagine this. You have been in your new job for 3 weeks. You arrive on time, you complete every assignment, you stay polite in meetings, and you avoid causing problems. And yet, you can sense that your manager still does not fully trust you. They check your work closely. They invite someone else into important conversations, and they give the next visible assignment to a colleague who joined only a few months before you. Completing assigned tasks rarely addresses the larger question every new company is quietly trying to resolve. Can we rely on this person when the situation is not perfectly clear? Competence that remains invisible leaves a vacuum. Managers use the first few months to collect behavioral signals, and without them, they often default to doubt. The first 90 days function as a period of uncertainty reduction. A 2025 review found social acceptance and role clarity consistently indicate success. These months are a shared process of creating clarity. The organization must understand your habits and feel confident coordinating with you. Surviving the probation period requires you to actively broadcast high-fidelity signals that prove you are safe to trust. You can organize those signals using the trust framework, starting with the first T, track record. This is the pattern people experience when they work with you, regardless of your intentions. Consider 2 ways to handle a missed deadline. You could wait until Friday afternoon to explain that finance delayed you, or you could send a concise update on Wednesday, raising the dependency risk and offering a provisional solution before the failure occurs. Raising risks early makes them manageable. You can track this by maintaining a simple commitment log: the specific task, the expected deadline, the external dependency, and the next action. This prevents the preventable surprises that damage early credibility. Beyond reliability, managers are watching what you do when you lack an answer. That is R, reasoning. This decision tree shows a practical filter for good judgment. Before making an unfamiliar choice, ask, is this decision reversible? What is the cost of delay? And does it involve financial, safety, or reputational risk? Identifying these boundaries builds credibility. Managers gain more confidence from an employee who knows when to escalate than from one who guesses blindly to appear independent. Pause for a moment. Without looking back, what were the first 2 letters of trust? Track record? Reasoning. That retrieval practice helps with retention. Now we move to the signal that makes the first 2 visible. U for update discipline. When a manager cannot see progress, they must estimate it, which usually leads to more checking and less autonomy. Effective updates follow this 4-part architecture: the current status, what has changed, the impact on the deadline, and the next step. This format reduces uncertainty for everyone involved. Next is S, speed of adaptation. This refers to the rate at which feedback alters your future behavior. Processing feedback requires a complete loop. You acknowledge the note, clarify where else it applies, apply the change, and then close the loop by confirming the new behavior. Following this structure moves you from an unknown variable to a predictable asset. Your manager can stop monitoring the lesson once they see the behavior change. The final T is team navigation. People often call this cultural fit, but fit often becomes code for personality or identity conformity, which creates unnecessary friction. Treat team navigation as a study of operating norms. This node map shows the flow: how routing decisions are made, who needs to be consulted, and how disagreement is expressed. Aggressively critiquing a process on day 1 signals a lack of respect for institutional knowledge. A stronger approach is to ask what constraints shaped the current process before offering an alternative. Mastering these unwritten norms allows the wider team to seamlessly include you in the daily flow of work. You build social acceptance by becoming someone others can easily coordinate with. You can deploy these signals using a 30, 60, 90-day rhythm. Days 1 to 30 are for decoding. You clarify success metrics and map relationships. Days 31 to 60 are for demonstrating. You establish the dependable patterns of reliability and judgment. Only after proving that foundation do you move to expansion in days 61 to 90. This is when you begin looking beyond assigned tasks to improve processes or take responsibility for larger outcomes. You can operationalize this with a bi-weekly manager sync. Ask 3 questions. Of my current priorities, what matters most? Where would you like me to decide independently? And what is one behavior I should adjust? This routine creates alignment. Instead of an isolated employee hoping to be noticed, you become a proactive communicator who understands the team's definition of success. Competence only becomes trust when it is experienced consistently. In the comments below, write the one trust signal you are going to strengthen this week, and subscribe for the next episode in this corporate education series, where we continue turning the unwritten rules of office life into practical skills.